Very, very good morning to Bocconi and to all my esteemed colleagues from the HR fraternity and all visitors who are over here. The lady introducing me talked about strategic planning and risk management. I thought I'll ask a few questions and see how it goes. Some of it may be deemed controversial, but I'll take a risk because that's what I'm going to speak to you about. So, in the Indian history or mythology, actually, who would you think of as a beautiful man? Any answers from the audience? A beautiful man? Ram. Okay. Any other answers? Krishna. Okay. Let's stay away a little bit from mythology. We'll go there. Okay. Let's stick to royalty. Ashoka. Okay. Maharana Pratap. We'll take one more and then I will go where I'm going. Sorry? Salim. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I'll go a little back in time to the time of the Chola dynasty. Okay, so any answers now? Okay, so it was not Rajaraja Chola but the father of Rajaraja Chola. Okay, and he was supposed to be so beautiful that he was called Sundara Chola. Okay, there's no correlation to my name. I don't go by the name. Sundara Chola had 3 children. One was Rajaraja Chola, you just talked about. Any others? Anybody would know who the other 2 were? Yes, I heard that right. His name one was a person called Aditya Karikalan. Okay, Aditya Karikalan was the eldest child of Sundara Chola. And he had one more child. Anybody would know? Okay, her name was Kundavai. Okay, so people who would have seen the movie PS1 and PS2, which is Ponniyin Selvan 1 and Ponniyin Selvan 2, would be able to relate. If not, please do go out and watch. It's a very interesting watch. A great peep into Indian history. A great peep into the politics and the power games. And interestingly, a great peep into women empowerment. Okay, the role Kundavai played in that. Okay, so now let's do a cut over here. And let's go to mythology. Okay, so I'll ask a question. Somebody said Ram and Krishna, so let's go to Dashrath. King Dashrath aspired for 4 children. Why 4 children? Why not 1? When he made that yagya, he aspired for 4 children. Why not 1? Any thoughts? Diversity, yes. Backup. Okay. BCP. They wanted a business contingency plan. No, interestingly, it's true. And I use the example of Dashrath, but it's not only about Dashrath. You go into any king or queen, and they wanted, they didn't want only 1 child. They wanted some more children so that, the lineage could be maintained. Closer home, when I was growing up, in the Indian cricket team, one would say if Sunil Gavaskar out ho gaya, to then, it is everyone will walk out, there's no. Today, in the last 10 years, we've had a number of captains for the Indian cricket team, right? Right? It's not only about, some stand out, Dhoni stands out, or Ganguly stands out, or Dravid stands out. But the fact of the matter is that there is a little more supply available, if I can use that word. Okay. Last controversial question. Okay, and then I'm assuring I'll stop. Who will be the next Prime Minister of India? Okay. 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 There could be multiple answers. Okay, the objective is not the answers. The objective is that are there alternates? Okay, and there should be alternates. Okay, I can't resist the temptation because of the name of the program. One really last question. Okay, I have this question which I ask to all people when I do an induction program. HR kiska kaam hai? Okay, whose job is HR? Sorry? Is it also the job of the person in the front line? Nota. Okay, absolutely right. So I have a slogan which I created out of it, and I heard Dr. Ritu speak, and it kind of inspired me to say the slogan. It's not a created now slogan. It's a slogan I created some time back. It's called Har Har HR. Okay, and I will spell it out for you. Okay, Har. Okay, it is H-A-R. Okay, Har. And then the next Har is H-E-R. Okay, and the next Har is HR. Okay, so Har Har HR. Okay, so on that note, what am I speaking about? Any clues about what am I speaking about? For 5 minutes I've been raving away, ranting away questions. Okay, so I was told that the topic is strategic planning and risk. I thought I'll bring in a plethora of questions and let the subject evolve. So this subject is very close to my heart, and it's called succession planning. So succession planning, I would now invite you to open your phone, okay, and open Meta. Okay, and type this question, succession planning failure stories in India. What are you getting? I'm sure you get Reliance. What else? Bajaj. Right? So the point I'm making is that if we do not make a succession plan, chances of extinction are good. Do you agree? Does everyone agree? Okay. So we do need to make a succession plan. Okay, for the next 3 to 4 minutes, I will talk about some broad elements on how we can make a succession plan, and I will share a closer home story about IndiaFirst Life Insurance, the company which I represent. So when we make a succession plan, and this is not out of theory, this is how we did it over the last 9 years I've been here, and as which I have witnessed. So it's important to have a very, very broad strategy plan, a very, very broad business strategy. What business do you want to be in? That strategy should span, should have a short-term span, should have a slightly longer-term span, maybe 2 to 4 years, and then a little more longish span, which is about 5 years or 6 years. Right, so we plan for here and now, which means if tomorrow something happens, what do we do? Who will be the successor? And successor is not for only the MD and CEO or the head of the organization, but across levels. So what do we do if the chief operating officer leaves, or chief operating officer is on secondment to some other part of the organization? What happens? Will it remain a going concern? Okay, so that's the here and now. And then we talk about, let's say, a year down the line, when we would probably need to go into maybe an additional product line or a business line or cross-border, that kind of scenario, and a little more longer, when the whole dynamics of the business will change. Okay, for example, will life insurance be bought after 5 years? Or be sold after 5 years? Or will it just get embedded? Will we need life insurance after 5 years? Will we need money after 5 years? Okay, so that's the kind of questions we need to ask. Then we put down a kind of a strategic plan to support this, this high-level horizon plan that you have created. And then in today's day and age, we also create a digital strategy to support what you have created. And then finally, we definitely would need to create a human capital strategy to support what we have put down. So typically a succession plan is a function of the industry, the environment, the company, its ethos, its culture, and what it looks at its vision, its long-term vision. Okay, it encapsulates all of that into one. So something what we did at IndiaFirst Life about 5 years back was we were staring at our MD and CEO retiring in the year 2024, right? And we said that we need to create a succession plan. About 5 years ago, we created a succession plan and named one of the persons, one of the senior leaders as a deputy CEO. And we created a succession plan for every person in the leadership. And not only did we create a succession plan for every person in the leadership, but also started upgrading, upskilling, and orienting them towards the business. A very important element of the succession plan is, you can't create a succession plan basis the current environment. We need to look at the environment which is likely to be there in the future. So for example, if let's say we're talking about a CFO in an insurance company today, a CFO in an insurance company today, 9 out of 10 times would be a chartered accountant. Okay, 9 out of 10 times, or 8 out of 10 times, or at least 7 out of 10 times would be a chartered accountant. Or somebody who's an ICWA or an ACS, or a combination of the three, or put in an MBA. Okay, so this is typically how you would look at a CFO. But you know what, 5 years down the line, a CFO of a life insurance company in India would be a qualified actuary and a chartered accountant. Okay, so if we need to create a succession plan for a CFO for 5 years down the line, that's the kind of skill sets we need to be looking at. And digital, lesser said about it, the better. Digital will permeate practically every function. So I'm going to stop here, okay, and I'm going to request you to reflect. What if the King Dashrath had created a different succession plan? Okay, what if Sundara Chola had created a conscious succession plan? By the way, Aditya Karikalan, the eldest, lost his life. And it's one of the reasons, maybe not all the reasons, but one of the reasons why, Rajaraja Cholan became the king. So think about it. If we had a knowledge and awareness of a succession plan process, would they have done differently? I'll leave you behind with that question. So in true essence, I'm leaving you, I'm continuing the tradition of questioning. All the best to you. Have a wonderful time today. Thank you.